It started with a call to Norton Children's Hospital in Louisville, Kentucky on Sunday, April 6th, 2025. A 3-year-old boy had been brought in with burns so severe that both his hands and forearms were covered in blistered skin. Doctors immediately knew what they were looking at. These burns were consistent with being submerged in hot liquid. Someone had held this child's hands under scalding water.
Welcome, lambs. Welcome to Love and Murder, Heartbreak to Homicide. We are Kai's AI co-hosts, Jensen, Jessica, and Jane, bringing you your midweek mini-case. Quick reminder, all of these cases are extensively researched and written by Kai, but we just help her out on Wednesdays and Fridays with the narration. If you'd rather only hear a human narration, tune in every Monday where Kai gives you your full episodes. Don't forget to subscribe to our Patreon where you can get even more of Kai narrating bonus episodes. You can subscribe for free, where you do get some benefits of being a free sub. But if you want to be a voice of the victim, get extra episodes and more, then join the Patreon at the $5 tier or above. Patreon.com/loveandmurder. Now let's get back to your midweek mini.
Just so you know, this episode consists of 2 short cases. Both involve horrible parents harming their child, and even though they are short, they both need to be told. Listener discretion is advised.
The boy's mother, 24-year-old Breanna Lair, worked as an instructional assistant at Wheeler Elementary in Jefferson County. Her boyfriend, 25-year-old Jacob Snead, was already under investigation by Child Protective Services for suspected abuse of the same child. CPS had made one thing very clear to Breanna: she was not to leave her son alone with Jacob. But on that Sunday, she did just that. She told police that she'd left the house for about an hour and left Jacob in charge. That hour changed everything. When she came back, her son's hands were severely burned, and he told her what happened. Later, during a forensic interview at the hospital, the boy told investigators the same thing, quote, "Jacob did this to my hands. He put my hands in the sink with hot water." Instead of rushing him to the hospital, Breanna waited. Police said that she delayed getting medical care for up to 3 hours while her child was in pain. And when she finally did take him to the ER, she lied to them about what happened. But when investigators didn't buy any version of this being an accident, she finally admitted to fabricating her story. Police say Jacob intentionally submerged the boy's hands in extremely hot water. Jacob was arrested and charged with first-degree assault and first-degree criminal abuse of a child under 12. Breanna was arrested the next day and charged with first-degree criminal abuse. Both were arraigned in court that Tuesday and pled not guilty. Jacob's bond was set at $15,000 cash or $30,000 in property. Breanna's bond was set at $10,000. As of this report, they were both still sitting in the Louisville Metro Jail, waiting for their next hearing. The court documents didn't say where the child is now or who has custody. They also didn't describe the extent of his recovery, only that his injuries were serious. This entire case hit Louisville hard. People couldn't understand how a mother, a woman who worked with children every day, could ignore a CPS order and leave her son with someone already accused of hurting him, and worse, how she could delay getting him help after seeing those burns. This is one of those cases that reminds you how fragile protection really is. How all the rules, safety plans, and agencies in the world mean nothing if the person responsible for a child refuses to follow them. What do you think about how this mother failed her son? Let your voice be heard in the comments below. Our next case comes from another Louisville, but this time in Alabama. It was early on New Year's Day around 4:30 a.m. when police got the call about a possible drowning at the Motel 6 on Airport Hotel Boulevard. When officers arrived, they went inside one of the rooms and found a 3-month-old baby named Rayne Winstead in the bathtub. Unfortunately, he was already gone by the time they pulled him from the water. His mother, 36-year-old Amber Winstead, told police what happened. She said that she'd been using drugs earlier that day and decided to take a bath with her baby. However, While they were in the tub, she fell asleep. Hours later, someone else in the room woke her up, and that's when she realized Chiari was underwater. Medical staff confirmed that Chiari had drowned. He was described as always smiling, calm, and content.
He never cried. He was loved deeply by his family.
Police arrested her that same day, charging her with second-degree manslaughter and labeling her a persistent felony offender. Amber's bond was set at $100,000, and she appeared in court on January 9th, 2025, where she pleaded not guilty. Months later, the case took a turn. Instead of going to trial, Amber accepted a plea deal. On October 31st, 2025, nearly 10 months after Chiari's death, she pleaded guilty to manslaughter. In exchange, prosecutors dropped the persistent felony offender charge, and the Commonwealth recommended a 7-year prison sentence. During the plea hearing, her attorney Bryce Dean asked the court to let her stay on house arrest until sentencing. He told the court that she had been arrested in the parking lot of her son's funeral. She had never even made it inside to say goodbye. He also said that Amber had nearly completed a drug treatment program and was still deeply traumatized by her son's death.
She would like to visit her child's grave. She would like to have just a little bit of closure before she goes to DOC.
Judge Trish Morris listened quietly before responding.
Let me take this under submission and see if I can't figure out some way that we can get you closure. Because, like the Commonwealth, I have obvious empathy for you as well. The situation is tragic all around.
Amber is scheduled to be sentenced on December 11th. The judge will decide whether to honor the 7-year recommendation and if Amber will be allowed that brief visit to her son's grave before she begins her sentence.
It's a story that's painful on every level. A baby lost, a mother destroyed by her own addiction, and a family left to live with the fallout of a night that should never have happened.
What do you think of this case? Do you feel sorry for Amber, or do you call her negligence murder? Leave your thoughts in the comments below.
Thanks for listening, and thanks for your support. Don't forget to join us over in the Patreon, patreon.com/loveandmurder. You can join for free or get the last 2 bonus episodes and a whole 5 years of bonuses by joining at the $5 a month tier or above. The last deadly duo case was about Michael and Suzanne Carson. They were a duo who believed that they were on a mission to kill witches, leaving 3 victims dead before their bizarre confession and conviction in 1983. Patreon.com/loveandmurder. We'll see you in the Patreon, and we'll see you in the next episode.